And for the first time ever, I heard him tell me that he loves me. For the first time ever, which was crazy. How's your relationship with your parents? Have they ever said the words, I love you, to you? I know my Asian parents haven't. Maybe you wish they were a bit different in some way, for the better, like more expressive, more loving, they communicate with you more. Or perhaps your relationship with your family are okay. There's nothing wrong, like mine, there's no bad blood in your family, but you don't really talk to them, do you? As in, you don't really know them, you don't really know what they're thinking, what they're feeling, you don't really know what's important to them, but you want to be close with them, right? Maybe you haven't even realized that yet, that you want to be close with them, and not whatever it is that you have now. Look, today I'm going to share my personal story on finding love. Again, finding love with my family. If you struggle with family love, or deep down you know that you can be closer and more loving with your family, please watch this. I really think this will make a difference to you. It all started at my very first personal development course. In the course, they really talked about family and your desire to be close with your family. It really got me reflecting on how close am I really with my family? What I have with my family right now, with my parents, my siblings. Is this really what I want? Is this how close I really want to be with them? And when I was really thinking of all of these questions, I was reminded of my mom. My mom actually passed away a few years ago, and she had cancer. She had lung cancer, and eventually that became brain cancer. And I remember at the time, her doctor told me and my family that she has brain cancer and she only has a few weeks to live, maybe a month. And when I heard that, I just stopped. Like my whole world had stopped. Like I was so shocked, hearing that. Imagine hearing that. Yeah, imagine hearing that, one of your parents only has a few weeks left to live and you see them alive, still okay, but that they only have a few weeks left to live. Yeah, fucking hell. Yeah, that time was really hard. Obviously, it was a very emotional time, and I just remember this overwhelming feeling of thinking to myself, nothing matters to me right now. Nothing else mattered. The only thing I wanted to do was to spend more time with my mum. Spend her last days with her. From that experience, I was reminded how important family is to me. And I'm so glad I got to spend that final month with my mum before she passed away. And I really wish I can give back more to her, I wish I didn't take her and her time for granted as much as I did. I wish I spent more time with her and take her out, tell her how much I love her, care about her. But look, the good thing is I still have a family. I still have a family alive today. My dad, my siblings, I have an older brother, I have a younger sister. They're still alive and I can still be close to them. I can still cherish my time with them, not take their time for granted, because it is truly limited and we really don't know when it can be taken away from us. Dixon or Paula, if you're watching this, I love you guys, you know this. Yeah, just wanted to give you a little shout out if you're watching this. And something I really got from the course was I can take ownership of being close with my family, the family that I have now. I don't need to wait for it to happen. If nothing changes, right? If we just remain the way we are, we don't really talk that much, we don't really know how each other are feeling or how we really feel about each other, how would my relationship look like with my dad and my siblings? I didn't like how that looked. We will just be how we are now. We don't talk that much. Things are okay. There's nothing wrong. But I really don't feel like we're close. I just picked up the phone and I was like, man, I have to talk to my siblings, to my dad. I need to tell them how I'm feeling right now and how much I love them and how much I care about them, and I just want to know everything about them. And finally, there was the last call to make, which was to my dad. I remember feeling it was quite a difficult conversation for me to have, even though I was still overwhelmed with all of these emotions and feelings. I realized that I kind of made him wrong for a lot of things. I've made him wrong for not being expressive. He's quite a stoic person. He doesn't say that much. You know, he's never said I love you to us or any of my siblings. So I picked up my phone to call him, and for the first time ever, I heard him tell me that he loves me. For the first time ever, which was crazy. He asked me, "Have you had dinner yet?" And that was the first time I heard him say, "I love you" to me. When I realized he's actually just been telling me his whole life that he loves me. And that was his way of doing it, by asking if I've had dinner yet. And not just that, obviously, I feel like our parents show us love in many ways that we take for granted, like cooking us food. My dad would pick me up no matter how late it is at night. He would drive anywhere to pick me and my siblings up. He would truly do anything for us. He will give us all of his money right now if he needed to. He would not even flinch. Yeah, and I had all of these, you know, shitty complaints and fucking grudges about him. So yeah, when I called him, I just got really straight with him. I told him that I just want to say sorry. I apologized to him. I said sorry to him because I feel like I made you wrong. I feel like I've never heard you say I love you to me. I made you wrong, and I held on to some grudges because sometimes you'll get a bit loud and I would be embarrassed. And I told him that I had to translate for him, and I felt like I was a bit ashamed of that when I was younger. But then I also told him, "But Dad, no, I really love you. You do so much for us. You sacrifice so much for us. You work so hard." The man, he barely takes a day off work. He works super hard. And I really appreciate you for that. And yeah, I really love you, Dad. And yeah, I told him I really want to be close as a family. And we should go out and we should go on holidays, you know? I don't want to be like Mum, where we don't know what's going to happen, and I just want to spend as much time with you as possible and really get to know you as a person. And my dad, being the stoic guy he is, he didn't say I love you back. He actually didn't say I love you back, this freaking guy. But no, he said he really appreciates that. And he said he also wants to be close. He kind of shared with me, you know, about his upbringing, where they don't really talk much in his family as well. That's just how they were raised. They don't really say I love you to each other, but they show it through action. And I think that's really beautiful as well. And you know, when I reflect on that, I can think of 100, 1,000 examples of my parents just being the utmost, most loving parents. Literally unconditional love. Literally unconditional love. This is not something you can find anywhere else. The love that your parents give you is unconditional. It doesn't matter who you are, what you do, how much you fuck up. They'll love you no matter what. And I got my relationship with my dad back. From that point onwards, I've become so aware of, you know, the way that I've thought and the way that I've held grudges with him. I've cleared that up with him. I was no longer holding on to it. I cleared that up with him, and I can just focus on loving him and being close with him. And it's not to say that situations don't come up where, you know, he is being loud or he is being the way he is, but I fully accept him for being the way he is and who he is. And I remind myself that when he acts a certain way, that might automatically trigger me a little bit, and just fucking love the guy, because I do love him, because I really know deep down I just fucking love the guy. He's done so much for me and my siblings. It's an ongoing journey, you know. My dad's still alive, my siblings are still alive, God bless. I get to still talk to them, cherish them, and be with them. And I'm gonna give a call to my sister. I might just see how she's doing and tell her that I love her. And I really want you to do the same. Call someone in your family, you know, your siblings, your parents, and tell them that you love them. Tell them how much you appreciate them, and be specific about what you appreciate about them. Because again, life is too short, my friends. While we have the chance, you know, make these memories and try and make someone's day. I don't know if I'm gonna make my sister's day or night. Maybe she's working right now. But please, 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 please do this. It's so important. And I think the more you think about it, you'll realize being close with your family is something you truly want. Being close with your family is actually really important to you as well. And family is your most inner circle, so that should come first. And it can really, and it should really start there, you know, fix the relationship you have with your family. And naturally, you will find connection much easier with other people as well. And that is something else that I learned. I need to connect with my family first over anything, and I want that. Anyway, I'm gonna give a call to my sister. Hey. 喂，揸緊車啊？哦，你放工？
唔係啊，去咗打波。
哦，打咩波？
你冇球？
哦，冇講。哦，你翻嚟好。哦，OK，辛苦啦。打波陣啦，有冇？Quick call，我想打俾你，同你講聲I love you. Yeah, I just thought about you. I know it sounds a bit weird out of the blue, but yeah, just thought about you. I was just thinking about you, and just want to say I love you and I care about you. And I hope, yeah, I just want to see how you're doing.
I love you too.
Sorry?
I love you too.
Thank you. Thank you. I was talking to you about my dating situation. I'll tell you tomorrow. I gotta do something now.
Alright.
Okay. Alright. Love you, sis.
See you.
See you. Bye.
Bye.
Alright guys, I think this video is more than long enough. Again, main takeaway is think about it. Think about how close you want to be with your family. Think about how much your parents already love you. Think about the ways they show their love. Asian parents are so infamous for not saying I love you, and it's so common. We know this, it's no secrets. But know that they do love you. They really do love you. And see that. Take ownership of your relationship with your parents, with your family. You know, you can be the person who makes a difference with your family. So again, I really encourage you to have a conversation with them and tell them how much you love them. You know, hash out anything you need to hash out. Tell them anything that you've been hiding from them. Tell them any grudges you've been holding on to, and, you know, own up to that. And just create this beautiful, loving relationship with them. Yeah. Guys, all the best out there. You guys got this. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.